Hello students, once again welcome to the LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Let's start with the course Mathematics 1. Today's chapter is same sequence and series, but today's topic is geometric series and its test and zero test for divergence. So today we are learn about two tests, geometric series test and zero test. Okay, so first we will start with the geometric series test. Before starting geometric series or before writing the test, I am just giving one example that discuss the convergence of the geometric series. This, we know the geometric series is given by this AR square, AR cube up to AR raised to n up to so on. Okay, in general, we can write sigma n is equal to 1 to infinity a into r raised to n minus 1, where a not equal to 0. Here you can see that the common ratio, or how we can find ratio, how we have studied in 12th standard. So term divided by its previous term. So AR divided by A gives R. AR square divided by its previous term, which is also R. AR cube divided by AR square, which is also R, and so on. So this is geometric series with common ratio R. Now we have to just check the convergence of this test, this series, and after getting the convergence of this series, we will have one conclusion, and that conclusion we consider as a geometric series test. Okay, so let's start. If R is equal to 1, that means common ratio, this R is 1, then Sn is a plus a plus a plus a up to nth term. Nth term, that means a n times a, that means n a. And this tends to infinitive as n tends to infinitive. That means if we will apply limit on Sn, we will get infinite. That means for R is equal to 1, series is divergent. Limit does not exist and series is divergent for R is equal to 1. Okay, we applied previous lectures logic, that means partial sum of first nth term. Okay. Now if R not equal to 1, then what happened? And if R not equal to 1, then we have Sn is this sum of first nth term. Okay. Now it is sum of first nth term. Okay. Now we will multiply this with R. So we have R into Sn, that means AR square become AR cube up to AR raised to n minus 1 become AR raised to n. Now by subtracting this, we have Sn minus R into Sn. So if we subtract equation number 1 minus number 2, so these terms will be minus. So these cancel out, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus cancel out. So we have A minus this A into R raised to n. We can take A common and here from Sn common. So we have, if we take Sn common, so we have 1 minus R, and if you take A common, then 1 minus R raised to n. So if we make Sn subject, this term goes to the denominator, so we have Sn is equal to this formula. We know the formula of Sn for this series. Okay. Now as we know that R not equal to 1. So R less than 1 or R greater than 1. We have two possibility, and one possibility is R lies between minus 1 to 1. Okay, so if R is in between minus 1 to 1, then R raised to n tends to 0 as n tends to infinity. It is clear, because R lies between minus 1 to 1, and anything raised to that n infinity 1 by something raised to infinity gives the 0. So we can find now limit on Sn. So we can separate this term a into 1 by this and a into r raised to n by this. A raised to 1 by r outside the limit of this, and as I told, this term is 0 as n tends to infinity. So we have summation a upon 1 minus r when this r is lies between minus 1 to 1. Okay, so we can say that, as we know that minus 1 less than r less than 1 are written as mod r less than 1, and therefore in this interval mod r less than 1 geometric series is convergent because its sum give us finite value, and sum is given by Sn is equal to a upon 1 minus r. Okay, in this interval. Now, if r is less equal to 1 minus 1 or r greater than 1, then limit n tends to infinity r raised to n doesn't exist, and does not exist, and therefore geometric series is divergent for this case. So we have two case here. So this is our geometric series test from this previous example just we have completed. An infinite series of the form this is known as geometric series and is with common ratio r, and then if r mod r is less than 1, then series is convergent as we have seen, and its sum is given by a upon 1 minus r, and if r is greater equal to 1, then series is divergent, and if r is less equal to minus 1, then series is also divergent, but it is special kind of divergent, is oscillatory. So we have this most important test, and we will use this test later on in another test. So you have to keep in your mind that if geometric series is given, if mod r less than 1, then series is convergent, and if r is greater equal to 1, then series is divergent. Okay, so let's have a look on the example based on geometric series test. So is the series sigma this is convergent? So by looking at the question, the first impression gives this is geometric series, because in geometric series there is one rule. Which rule? I'm just going previous step. Here that you can see that something raised to power, and this power is of the form n. Okay, so something raised to n, and something base is number raised to n. Whenever number raised to n is given, then it is geometric series. Just we have to rewrite in the proper form. So solution, so we will rewrite this given term in the form this 3 upon this 3 raised to 1 minus n is equal as 3 raised to n minus 1, because we are taking it to the denominator. So minus apply, and we can write this 4 raised to n minus 1, that means we can write like this 4 raised to n minus 1 into 4. Ultimately this gives 4 raised to n only. But why we are writing this? Because we need this in denominator n minus 1 power, that's why. So we have this 4 by 3 raised to n minus 1 and multiply with 4. So this is geometric series with common ratio r is equal to r is equal to this 4 by 3, and which is greater than 1. And as we have seen in the test, if r greater or equal to 1, then by geometric test we can say that given series is divergent. Okay, now one more example. Prove that 1 plus 2 by 3 plus 4 by 9 plus 8 by 27 is convergent. Now here we have to prove this is convergent, and we know it is, if it is convergent, then we can find its sum. So we will find. First we will write down the series in this form, that 1 plus 2 by 3, this 4 by 9, that means 2 by 3 square, this gives 2 by 3 whole cube, and so on. If we write in the general forms, and 2 by 3 is to n minus 1, because we are starting n from 1. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 2 by 3 raised to 0 is 1, so first term is 1. Then if you put n is equal to 2, 2 minus 1 is 1, so 2 by 3, this is here. And if you put 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, so 2 by 3 is 2, 2, and so on. So here this is geometric series with common ratio r is equal to 2 by 3. You can see this r raised to n minus 1. So which is less than 1, and by geometric series we know that if this r and mod r less than 1, then given series is convergent. Now it is convergent, then we can find its sum, and sum is given by a upon 1 minus r. A, that means first term, which is 1, and r, that means 2 by 3. So 1 upon 1 minus 2 by 3. By taking LCM of this, so 3 minus 2 by 3, that means 1 by 3, and 3 goes to the numerator, 3 ones are 3. This is our sum of the series. If it is convergent, then if it is divergent, we cannot find its sum. Okay. One more example we have. The figure shows that first 5 square of the sequence of squares. The outermost square has an area 4 meter square. That means 4 by 4 square we have given. Each of the other square is obtained by joining the midpoint of the square before it, and find the sum of areas of all square in infinite sequence. Okay, so this is the figure. So this is 4 by 4 square, 4 by 4. So area is, we can so know that 4 meter square. Okay, now 4 meter square, that means 2 by 2. Now by joining midpoint of this, again we have one. By joining midpoint of this, again we have one. Okay, by forgetting this. One second, we will forget about this square. Now let's start the solution. Here, since each square is obtained by joining its midpoint of the square before it, that means area of each square is half the area of its previous square. That means area of this inner side square, this is half of the area of this outer side square, this. And outer side square is 4, area of this is 4, so inner area is 2. Similarly, its area is half of this outer side, this one. That means half of 2, that is 1. Again, this is the half of its outer side, that means this, 1 by 2, and so on. Okay, so we have area of second square is equal to half of area of outermost square. Outermost square area is 4, so by cancel out it is 2. Similarly, area of third square is 1 half of area of second square. Second square area is 2, so we have it is 1. And by going so on, sum of areas of all, summation of all areas are given by the one series, which is 4. Then half of this is 2, half of this is 1, half of this is 1 by 2, half of this is this. Okay, this is our infinite series. Okay, if we take 4 outside from this, so 4 becomes 1, 2 becomes 2 by 4 is 1 by 2, 1 by 4 is 1 by 4, 1 by 2 divided by 4 is 1 by 8, 1 by 4 divided by 4 is 1 by 16, and so on. This is, we can see, and we can write in this form 1 by 2, 1 by 2 raised to 2, 1 by 2 raised to 3, and so on. And this is our geometric series with common ratio r is equal to 1 by 2, and first term is 4. A is equal to 4. So it's sum, but because here in question they are asking about only sum. So summation s is equal to a upon 1 minus r. This is infinite series, so we have to use this r. A upon 1 minus r. A is 4. R is 1 by 2, so 1 minus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2, so 2 goes the numerator, and we have final summation is 8. That means if we are doing this infinitely, and square inside square, and sum of this all area of this all square is 8, not more than 8. Okay, so this is the practical example. Now one more example, which is last example. Discuss the convergence of the geometric series. This is different and little bit you can see here summation of two series. This is the summation of two series. How? Let's have a look on the solution. So given series is written as like this: 2 raised to n upon 3 raised to n, that means 2 by 3 whole raised to n, and here 5 by 3 raised to n. If we take 5 outside, so 1 by 3 whole raised to n. So we have these two series, sigma of this and sigma of this. We have two different series. So this is the sum of two series. And we have seen the properties. Just we have to check if both the series is convergent, the sum of these two series also convergent. Okay. So by putting the value of n, this is the first series expansion, and plus this is the second series, 5 outside and this. Here it is clear both are geometric series and both have the common ratio. In first series common ratio is 2 by 3, in second series common ratio is 1 by 3, and A1 is 2 by 3 over here, and A1 is here 1 by 3. If E2 is 1 by 2, we will multiply 5 later on because we are considering only Vn and this is Un. Okay, so multiply 5 later on. So we have R1, R2, which is both mod R1 is less than 1 and mod R2 is less than 1. So both the series are convergent as by geometric series, and sum of first series S1, A1 upon 1 minus R1. A1 was 2 by 3, R1 is 2 by 3. So 1 minus 2 by 3 is 3 minus 2 by 3. That means 1 by 3, 3 cancel, and it is 2. Similarly, S2 we can find it is 1 by 2. Now we will put this 2 value in its sums. That means in this original series, so we have original series is 5 outside this. Sum of this series is 2 and sum of this series is 1 by 2. So 2 plus 5 into 1 by 2, and which is 9 by 2. This is our final answer. Okay, so these are the example based on geometric series test. Now we have last topic of today's lecture is zero test, or we can say that nth term test. Before starting zero test, we have to understand about positive term series. Which series known as positive term series? An infinite series in which all terms after some particular term are positive. Then series is called positive term series. That means you can see this is positive term series because here one word is used after some particular term. Here after these 3 terms, all the terms are positive, so it is positive series. No need that some starting terms is negative or positive. You can say this series minus 1 plus 2 minus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus so on. This is also positive series because after some particular term, we have to forget about this some particular term because they are plus minus, but then after each and every term is positive, so this series is known as positive term series. And if series is positive term, that's sigma un is positive term series, then positive term series, then it is either convergent or divergent because it cannot be oscillate. Okay, so we have for any series we have 3 options: convergent, divergent, oscillate. If series is positive series, then positive term series, then we have only 2 options: convergent and divergent. Now we have to check by zero test it is convergent or divergent. So we have zero test, or we can say that nth term test, or we can say that test for divergence. Why it is test for divergence? Let's have a look on the test. If limit n tends to infinity un, here wait. This limit is applied on nth term of the series, not on Sn. Sn was a different topic. Then after we have seen directly geometric series that depends on R, and this test is depends on Un, limit of Un. So here you have to apply limit on nth term of the series, and this limit is not equal to 0, then sigma un is divergent. That means it's not convergent, and we have discussed the positive series, it is never oscillate, so it is divergent. That's why it is known as test for divergence. One remark is there: if the series sigma un is convergent, then limit n tends to infinity un is 0, but it's converse, it's not true. That means if limit un is 0, then we cannot say it is convergent. So this possible, but this is not true always. Okay, so if that means if this is equal to 0, then this need not to be convergent. So now let's have a look on the example of zero test. Now, so that the series is divergent. Here there is nothing mentioned which test you will apply or which test is applicable or anything else. Now, by observing and by taking sequence, if you can find Sn of this un, then you can apply that. If it is clearly seen that it is geometric series, then you can apply that test. Here till now we have only two tests. One, we have applied that sum of first nth term, that was partial sum, and second geometric. Both tests is not applicable, so we will apply zero test, because you can see this is a positive term series test. By putting n is equal to 1, each and every term is positive, so this is positive term series test, and if it is positive term series test, then we can apply zero test. Okay, this is positive term series, then we can apply zero test. So we have un is this, and by zero test say we have to apply limit on un directly. So if we apply limit on this, and by taking n square common from denominator, cancel out, so we have this term, and if you put n is equal to infinitive here, 4 by infinitive is 0, so we have 1 by 5 plus 0 is 1 by 5, which is not equal to 0. So by zero test, given series is not convergent, and we know that it is positive term, so it does not oscillate, and therefore given series is divergent. Okay, so whenever one example is given, you have to check one by one in your mind which test is applicable and which test is not applicable. Okay, because in example only they mentioned so that it is divergent. Which method you will apply, that depends on you. Whichever suitable for the example, that you have to apply. Okay, and some example we have that we can apply more than one test. Okay, so then in that example you have to apply only one test. Okay, so these are the DIY, that means do it yourself, and you have to check which test is applicable here. These are the DIY of this lecture only, and some example are mixed from the previous lecture, so you have to think about previous test also. So we have three tests till now. One depends on partial sum, second geometric series, and third zero test, which is applicable on positive term series. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Keep watching, use pen and pencil, keep practicing. We will see you soon with next lecture. Thank you.